Oh, hey there, Bruzernation. Raise those anchors and get ready to take a ride on the BRUZE cruise. This week, B block competition comes to an end, I do believe, with the main event of the evening from October 14th, 2020. Hiroshi Tanahashi, yes, the ace himself, will go one-on-one with the Stone Skull Sanada. But before we get to the action, we do need to go to the BRUZE cruise tale of the tournament. Hiroshi Tanahashi quietly amassed the second most total match length in the B block, 2 hours, 4 minutes, 45 seconds already in this tournament. And while it's nearly over, it's still kind of far from over. If you get my drift, there's plenty of matches left, especially with someone with the amount of points that Sanada does have. He is sitting at 8. Tanahashi sitting at 6. The total match length for Hiroshi Tanahashi at 204.45, like I just stated, is well above, 24 minutes above Stone Skull Sanada's time in this tournament, 1 hour, 40 minutes, 43 seconds. The average match length, 17 minutes and 49 seconds for Hiroshi Tanahashi. Sanada, 14 minutes and 23 seconds. Tanahashi has eaten up 11.47% of the total block match length to Sanada's 9.26%. So over 2 percentiles right there that Tanahashi has spent in the ring in the 30th edition of the G1 Climax Tournament. The average winning match length for Hiroshi Tanahashi, 18 minutes, 53 seconds. For Sanada, 17 minutes and 2 seconds. The average losing match length, it takes a little bit longer, if you could tell from the time he spent in the ring to defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi, 17 minutes and 2 seconds for the average. Sanada, 10 minutes, 51 seconds. The win-loss time differential, Sanada, negative 6 minutes and 11 seconds as far as winning. Takes a little longer for him, but with the average losing match length of 10, that's the 6 minutes. Hiroshi Tanahashi, everything seems pretty even there with a negative 151 win-loss differential. The shortest win for Sanada, 11 minutes, 24 seconds. Hiroshi Tanahashi, 14 minutes and 16 seconds. The shortest loss for Sanada, 16 minutes and 16 seconds to Hiroshi Tanahashi's 7 minutes and 15 seconds. However, the longest win, Sanada edges out on the time here. I don't know if that's really a good thing. 27 minutes and 8 seconds to Tanahashi's 23 minutes and 41 seconds. The longest loss, however, Sanada, 15 minutes, 15 seconds to Tanahashi's 27 minutes and 16 seconds. Tanahashi has spent a lot of time in this tournament. Tanahashi's first match of the tournament is the 11th longest G1 Climax match ever. Not Tanahashi's longest match, however, 27 minutes and 56-second victory over AJ Styles in 2015 is Tanahashi's longest G1 Climax victory. And now that we have completed our BRUZE Cruise tale of the tournament, I guess we should just go ahead and get to the action. Sanada versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. Sanada already in the ring because I was playing this a little bit while I was doing the BRUZE Cruise tale of the tournament. And the BRUZE Cruise podcast, the only podcast that brings you pro wrestling for your ears, is proudly brought to you by Bruzernation Productions. With multiple shows under the Bruzernation Productions banner, you can hear To the Turnbuckle either on Facebook Live or on our Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Breaker, Pocket Cast, all of those things thanks to Anchor.fm. If you want a podcast and you feel that you have something interesting to say, go to Anchor.fm and go ahead and get started. You can edit right there on the website if you don't have an editing suite of your own, which is very beneficial for beginning podcasters. And don't forget to subscribe to the BRUZE Cruise podcast, the only podcast that brings you pro wrestling for your ears. Sorry, can't help it. Comes out every time. Don't know what to tell you. As Hiroshi Tanahashi, the ace himself, has made his way to the ring, posing for the crowd, getting ready for what I am sure will be a match of epic proportions. Let me remind you that yes, we are well over a year behind, considering the G1 Climax 31st edition is over and done with. But this man has not watched these matches. Makes it a little bit more natural when I call these. That way I'm not looking for a spot or whatever. The music has stopped. Tanahashi in the red corner, Sanada in the blue corner. Who will take this victory and maybe get in the final matchup for the G1 Climax tournament? Because I have perused a little bit. It looks like the final night of the G1 Climax tournament, there's a lot of multi-man and tag team matches. So just to let you know, we will not call those matches. We will only call the final of the G1 Climax tournament. There is one more night for the A block after this main event of Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Sanada to call, and then we will get to the final. Oh, wrong pipe, wrong pipe. The bell has rung, and here we go. Neither man really trying to get started too early, trying to get the feel of each other, pacing around the ring, showing their footwork. No one trying to make a mistake. Bow and elbow tie up here, right in the middle of the ring. Sanada being backed up by the strength of the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, a legend in his own right in Japan. And quite frankly, he should be a legend in his own right everywhere. It's turned around, backed up to the ropes. Sanada with a clean break and a playful slap, double slap to the chest, trying to get into the head of Hiroshi Tanahashi. Bow and elbow tie up again. Waist lock there for Hiroshi Tanahashi. Reversal by Sanada. Reversal by Tanahashi. Sanada reverses once again. And Tanahashi reverses. Multiple reverse waist locks there by both competitors. Sanada's trying to get out of this. Wrist lock by Sanada, really wrenching it in, twisting as much as he can, driving Tanahashi to a knee. Tanahashi counters, puts on a wrist lock of his own. Backing up Sanada. Sanada rolls through it, breaks the grip with his leg. Arm drag into an arm breaker. An arm drag by Tanahashi. The momentum carried Sanada over, countering, and a front face lock with the knees by Tanahashi. Both men back to their feet after Tanahashi plays a little bit of air guitar. The crowd firmly behind Hiroshi Tanahashi, clapping, because at this time, the pandemic was so heavy, they were not allowed to cheer, which is still really weird to hear, but how respectful are the Japanese people for actually abiding by the rules. trying to help their country get through the pandemic. Both men lock fingers, test of strength. Sanada and Hiroshi Tanahashi toe-to-toe, wrist lock again by Tanahashi, 3 times ducking under and twisting that arm of the Stone Skull Sanada. The pain etched on the face of Sanada, screaming now in pain. The torque, after twisting multiple times, a flip over, counter, flip over again, cartwheel counter, trying to break that grip, another, and counters Tanahashi, who hits the ground, single leg takedown, broken up again. Both men, another stalemate here early on in this main event matchup from October 14th, 2020. Crowd once again showing their appreciation for these competitors. Bone elbow tie up, no avail. Sanada kicks Tanahashi in the gut, then knees him, and a hard elbow right to the neck. Sanada is not going to play this fair game very long. It seems another elbow, but Tanahashi's able to kind of roll through it. Back waistlock again. Headlock takeover by Tanahashi. Head control here by Tanahashi. Sanada on the ground. Referee checking to see if his arms... Oh, Sanada counters one. Tanahashi kicks out. Rolls back through. Figure 4 around the head by Sanada. Pushing himself up with one arm. Trying to put more pressure on the ace Tanahashi, who rolls over. And he's trying to get his head right out from between the legs of Sanada. Can he flip out of this as he tries to go? Looks like he's going for a handstand. Trying to twist around. Switch the momentum just enough to get us. He's able to get his head out and gets the side headlock again, but put right back in to the headlock with the legs figure forward around his head. Tanahashi slightly frustrated. Old Red Shoes checking to make sure it's not a choke. Chokes are illegal. Tanahashi once again, right this time he's able to flip through, but countered again into the figure 4 headlock. Pushing back up again with one arm, really wrenching in the torque on the neck of Tanahashi. Sanada seems to have Tanahashi's number right now as he bridges up to try to get through it. Backflip by Tanahashi to no avail. This time he's able to flip over. Now what can he do? Still caught between the legs of Sanada, who forces him back down to the mat. Tanahashi frustrated, slapping the mat. Tries to go the other way through Sanada's legs, and he is able to. Almost has Sanada in a Texas Cloverleaf. If he stands up, he'll be locked in the Texas Cloverleaf. Goes for a bow and arrow. Instead, Sanada saw it coming. Goes for a quick cover. No count. Once again, both men in a stalemate, if you will. I think Sanada would be winning on points if there was a point system here, but there is not. Tanahashi looking visually frustrated with Sanada getting the better of him and with that exchange. Both men faked the bow and elbow tie up. Both men tried to kick each other. Both men caught each other's legs. Now they're negotiating who's going to drop whose leg. Same time. I'm assuming that's what they're saying because I listen to the Japanese commentary now, and they both pick each other's legs up again. Another stalemate from these two professional wrestlers. Okay, they say. We'll put our legs down. No one's let go, and Tanahashi let go. Sanada did not, forcing Tanahashi to the ground again. Getting him all tied up, trying to go for the cover. Roll up by Tanahashi. Cover 1, just a 1. Tanahashi drop kick to the leg, the left leg of Sanada. Looks like he's going to start picking apart that knee. You don't do a high velocity, high angle drop kick to the leg if you are not going to start picking it apart. And here he goes as he slams it down to the mat. Once again, slamming it backwards. It does not bend that way. Flipping over and bringing it the other direction across the body of the fallen Sanada. It doesn't bend that way either. Tanahashi with an elbow drop to the leg. Now a leg lock by Tanahashi, zeroing in on the leg of the Stone Skull Sanada. Clad in silver and black is Sanada. Tanahashi, white, red with a little bit of yellow flare, white boots. Figure 4 in the legs of Sanada. Is he going to be going for an Indian deathlock here in just a second? Really putting pressure on those knees. And it doesn't look too vicious, but if anyone has twisted a knee, that's kind of the position that Sanada is in right now. He's twisted. Tanahashi's twisting those knees in a direction they are not supposed to go. Tanahashi fully extended on his feet. Sanada still trapped back at a slow back bridge, really putting the torque on those knees of Sanada. The knees breaking the knees of Sanada, bridging with his head only now. Almost a version of the figure 4 or figure 8 from Charlotte Flair there. But more of an Indian deathlock because he didn't really have both legs draped across the knees of Sanada. Sanada in the ropes. Referee breaks the hold himself. Sanada holding that left leg. This may not bode well for the Stone Skull Sanada. That's kind of fun to say, not gonna lie. Grabbing Sanada by the head, gets him back up. Sanada fires back with an elbow to the face. Tanahashi eats it, takes another one. Sanada laying in with 3 elbows right away, gets kicked in the knee for his trouble. Tanahashi ate all of those for breakfast, points to his head as saying, I was thinking, I used my brain, I know what I'm doing. Wrist lock by Tanahashi. Irish whip countered by Sanada. Tanahashi bounces off the ropes, telegraphed by Sanada, but Sanada catches the leg. It's turnabout about to be fair play. Big time dragon screw by Sanada. Virtually saying to Tanahashi, you want to work on my knee? I'm going to work on yours. The question is, who gets to their feet first? After that exchange, Sanada still trying to get the blood flowing through the joints in his knees. As Sanada is able to get to his feet first, Tanahashi shortly after. Multiple elbows to the face of Tanahashi. Irish whip by Sanada, countered by Tanahashi. Short arm elbow by Tanahashi. Irish whip countered by Sanada. Bounces off the... Sanada jumps over again. Drop kick right to the chest of Hiroshi Tanahashi, who takes himself out of the ring, rolling under the bottom rope. Sanada plancha right to the chest of Tanahashi. Sanada's starting to pick up the pace in this main event matchup from October 14th, 2020. Taking his time. He picked up the pace a little bit, but that knee is still bothering him. He's not trying to make a mistake to cause more damage. Tosses Tanahashi into the ring and follows slowly after. It's like he's pounded his face on the 1, 2. Tanahashi kicks out at 2. He pounded the head of Tanahashi onto the apron as he tossed him into the ring. You don't see that very often. The Stone Skull Sanada seems to always be thinking on his feet. Knee to the stomach of Tanahashi. Irish whip from corner to corner. Charges Tanahashi. Catches the counter attempt, but Tanahashi uses his other boot to push off the chest of Sanada. Sunset flip by Tanahashi to no avail. Looks like he's going for that twisted cover. Tied up Tanahashi completely. Arms and legs all tied up are Tanahashi's. Virtually defenseless as Sanada goes back to the blue corner, limping as he goes. Charges Tanahashi, drop kick to the side, untying Tanahashi in the process. The momentum and power of Sanada untied those arms and legs. Now he's going to do it again, this time through the ropes. Tanahashi's trying to fight it off to no avail, ties Tanahashi up in the ropes as old Red Shoes smashes Sanada, but there's not much he can do because Sanada's not really holding him in a hold. As Sanada takes his time, showing off for the crowd, standing on the apron. Back in the ring is Sanada. Another drop kick by Sanada right to that leg. Momentum untying Tanahashi once again. Cover 1, 2. Tanahashi kicks out at 2. There was not a lot of mustard behind that kick out, if you will. Fireman's carry by Sanada. Tanahashi tried to fight it off with elbows. He is successful. Throws Sanada into the corner, charges in, eats a reverse elbow for his trouble. Sanada moonsault, but he lands on his feet when Tanahashi ducks under. Sanada tries to kick Tanahashi in the gut, catches the leg, 3 elbows, forces Tanahashi to release it. Another drop kick to the knee of Sanada. He does not go down, and a dragon screw counter by Tanahashi, really getting the pressure back on that left leg of Sanada. As Sanada, slowly in pain, rolls himself out of the ring, really feeling the torque of that last dragon screw by Tanahashi. Jumps over the top rope, climbs to the top. He may go sailing towards Sanada, who is still prone on the outside, does not know what's going on. Tanahashi leaps to the sky, hits him with a huge crossbody to the outside, but nails his leg against that bicycle rack barricade that New Japan Pro Wrestling has on the outside. While there's some pause in the action as both men are in pain on the outside of the ring, don't forget to visit kincustom.com/Bruzernation Productions and spreadshirt.com/Bruzernation Productions for all of your Bruzernation Productions merch. Show your love of the Bruiser Nation as you go about your day in style. The official stores of Bruiser Nation Productions. As Tanahashi rolls himself back into the ring, he is holding that leg that hit the barricade. Old Red Shoes is counting. Another cheap plug, so here we go. ASWA Wrestling, December 4th, 2021, from Mansfield, Ohio. Come out, enjoy the wrestling and the tournament style. You know how much I love tournaments. For their World Heavyweight Championship, Madman Fulton will be in action. Yes, that Madman Fulton from Impact Wrestling. But don't worry, it will be on the official Score on Air Network YouTube page if you can't make it to Mansfield, Ohio, as Tanahashi delivers multiple dragon screws through the ropes as Sanada tried to enter the ring. Crowd once again clapping in approval. Tanahashi, looks like Texas Cloverleaf is coming. And it is cinched in. Tanahashi on Sanada, sitting back almost all the way. But Sanada is trying. It's almost an elevated Texas Cloverleaf. As he sits back on the shoulders with the elevated Cloverleaf on Sanada. How can Sanada withstand this pain? That may be more painful than the walls of Jericho, just by the torque on the knees that the Texas Cloverleaf provides the wrestler putting it on. The pain etched all over Sanada's face as he pulls towards the ring to no avail. Sanada is still in immense pain as Tanahashi sits back on the shoulders of Sanada. Sanada's thinking about tapping out. He knows how important this match is, though. Tanahashi wrenching back, and Sanada finally makes it to the ropes from the elevated Texas Cloverleaf. One of the more painful moves in Tanahashi's repertoire, the elevated Texas Cloverleaf. as he kicks the leg again. It's been his game plan since the beginning, since that high elevation drop kick to the knee, or high angle. He really didn't get very high, but high angle drop kick to the leg. Bounces off the ropes. Sanada fireman's carry counter. Tries to hit him with the TKO to no avail. Crossroads by Tanahashi. I don't know what he calls it, so I'll just call it what Cody calls it. And he hits Sanada with another one. Will he go for the trifecta? Still latched on. Gets Sanada back to his feet. Sanada counters with a slingshot brainbuster. Thought Sanada was done for after getting hit with 2 crossroads in a row, but he had enough wherewithal to be able to counter that third one with that vicious slingshot. I think I said slingshot. That's not it. Slingshot brainbuster. And don't worry, I won't edit that out. It's totally fine. Sanada back in control again, going for that TKO, and hits Tanahashi with the TKO. Sanada cover 1, 2. Tanahashi kicks out at 2.5. The Stone Skull himself is not happy, but he is asking for the crowd to get behind him as he signals for the finish. Looks like he's going for the Dragon Sleeper. It is cinched into Tanahashi. Tanahashi able to get out of it, but gets a drop kick right under the chin, courtesy of the Stone Skull Sanada. Irish whip from corner to corner, countered by Tanahashi. Sanada flips over, springboard drop kick to the chest of Tanahashi. Sanada seems to be getting his second win in this main event matchup. Sanada going to the ropes. Looks like he's going for that moonsault. Countered by Tanahashi, but Sanada lands on his feet, but twists that knee. That looked nasty. Tanahashi bounces off the ropes. Sling blade by Tanahashi. Cover. 1, 2. Sanada kicks out at 2. Tanahashi's starting to feel it. He cut the momentum of Sanada pretty quickly there after he rolled under that moonsault. Sanada did land on his feet, but like I said, he twisted that knee very awkwardly on that landing. Snapdragon suplex attempt by Tanahashi. Sanada's trying to fight it off. He breaks the grip of Tanahashi, but Tanahashi goes for the reverse waistlock. Straight jacket German. 1, 2. Sanada kicks out at 2. Nice straight jacket German suplex with the bridge by Hiroshi Tanahashi. Going to the top rope is Tanahashi. Sanada prone, laying down on the mat. What is Tanahashi going to do here? Frog splash countered by Sanada. Put his knees up, but that damage to that knee that has already been inflicted just got Sanada's knee a lot worse. All of Tanahashi's weight on those knees of Sanada, and he is writhing in pain on the mat. Great counter, but not great counter by Sanada because it caused even more damage to the knee. Can he get back to his feet before Tanahashi does? That is the question. If Tanahashi can get to his feet and put more pressure on that knee, Sanada may not have much more left. Stone Skull Sanada really did a lot of damage to Tanahashi on that counter. Sanada up to his feet first, goes towards Tanahashi, who is still trying to get up. The wind knocked out of him from getting kneed. A hard overhand slap to Sanada, backing him up into the red corner. Tanahashi charges. Sanada catches him with a back elbow. Springboard moonsault into the Dragon Sleeper. What a move. And now he's really got it cinched in. Waistlock around the body. Dragon Sleeper hooked around the head. Tanahashi's head is a little bit snuck out of it, though. Sanada needs to reposition himself a little bit to really get that arm back under the chin of Tanahashi. Tanahashi, you could see the pain in his face, but he's able to get his head out of the hold of Sanada. Like I said, Sanada did not have the arm under the chin, switches arms though, and keeps Tanahashi in the Dragon Sleeper with the body scissors. But once again, he does not have the arm under the chin. Tanahashi, if he can squeeze his head out of there, may be able to get out of this predicament. So he tries to get out of this, grasping at the legs of Sanada, able to pull back the leg with his leg, releasing the body scissor, and pulls his head out from the grip of Sanada. Sanada's trying to fight out of it, that knee in immense pain. He's got a leg lock on Sanada. Nice counter wrestling there by the ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi, but countered again into the Dragon Sleeper with the body scissors. Tanahashi has been in this situation for an awfully long time. He may not tap, but that Dragon Sleeper may put him out. Sanada released the hold. The referee was going to call for the bell. What a mistake by Sanada. He released the hold when Old Red Shoes was going to call for the bell. Wanted to hit that moonsault. Tanahashi had enough time to see he was coming and got those knees up. That mistake may cost Sanada everything in this G1 Climax tournament matchup. It is too close to the finals to make those type of decisions. The Stone Skull Sanada looking for the flashy finish. A horrible, horrible mistake had Tanahashi right where he wanted him. A dragon screw from the prone position of Sanada, driving that knee. Oh my God, another one. You put so much more torque when your opponent is laying on the ground, on the mat. Now he's going for that elevated Texas Cloverleaf. Sanada able to push off. His legs were figure forward. That was impressive. Sanada goes for the Frankensteiner, but he is caught by Tanahashi. A move made famous by the immortal Chris Jericho, catching somebody and throwing him in the walls of Jericho. But this time, it's Tanahashi halting the momentum of Sanada in the Frankensteiner and putting him in the elevated Texas Cloverleaf, seated all the way back almost to the shoulders again of Sanada. Sanada will not tap out. The referee is asking him, screaming in pain as Sanada. Almost seated on the neck of Sanada is Hiroshi Tanahashi. Sanada so far away from the ropes as he pushes up with all his might. Can he make it to the ropes? Slowly crawling to the ropes. He's not able to get there. Sanada falls back to his chest. Hiroshi Tanahashi right back in position, sitting on the shoulder blades of the Stone Skull. Sanada, oh my, what torque on this elevated Texas Cloverleaf. There's no way. Sanada is so close to the ropes, but he can't even, he doesn't even know how close he is. He's not reaching out. He's in so much pain. He is not reaching for the ropes at all. He made it. He made it to the ropes. The Stone Skull Sanada made it to the ropes, but he was in that elevated Texas Cloverleaf for the second time for a long time. It may be almost academic from here for Hiroshi Tanahashi, and we all may need to just look back at that one mistake by Sanada going for the flashy victory and releasing the Dragon Sleeper body scissor. I'm sure he calls it something better than that, but that's all I got. Tanahashi bounces off the ropes, countered by Sanada, tries to roll up Tanahashi. Tanahashi grabs the ropes, rolls up Sanada, bridging cover. Tanahashi 1, 2. Sanada kicks out at 2 and catches. What a counter by Tanahashi. He got caught in the Dragon Sleeper body scissor, rolled it into that crossroads. Sanada counters the crossroads into the Dragon Sleeper. Tanahashi tries to backflip out of it, and he does. Catches Sanada in the Dragon Sleeper. Sanada backflips out of it, but slammed to the mat as he tries to backflip out of it by Tanahashi. Tanahashi bounces off the ropes, charges Sanada. Sling Blade by Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now he's going for the flashy finish, going for the frog splash. Will he hit it this time? Sanada countered it last time in this match. He is taking too long. Sanada back to his feet, goes for the crossbody RKO by Sanada on a flying Tanahashi cover. 1-2. Oh, Tanahashi barely got out of that cutter counter in midair was Tanahashi. What an ode to Randy Orton with that counter from Sanada. Moonsault to the back of a prone Tanahashi. This time he hits it. Sanada back up to the top. Moonsault again and hits it with all his body weight across Tanahashi. 1, 2, 3. Stone Skull Sanada has defeated the ace Hiroshi Tanahashi in one hell of a back and forth matchup. What a victory by Sanada. He is going to be feeling that knee pain in the morning. He's feeling it right now, quite frankly. What a matchup in the main event from October 14th, 2020 in the G1 Climax tournament. That may be enough to get Sanada into the finals. We'll have to see how the rest of the tournament matches go to see who makes it to the main event final of the G1 Climax tournament. Bruiser Nation, thank you so much for listening. Thank you to Voices of Wrestling for giving me all the stats I need for the Bruise Cruise Tale of the Tournament. Thank you to the Score on Air Network for helping me find my voice as a commentator, talent as a director, and putting me almost in charge of the ASWA shows on the production end of it. Logan Morris and Travis Napper, my co-hosts for To the Turnbuckle, that you can catch live every Tuesday from 5 to 8 on the To the Turnbuckle Facebook page. We also throw those on the Bruise Cruise podcasting page, along with Bruise Cruise Podcast Macabro, which will be returning this week after a couple of week hiatus. And as always, Bruiser Nation, stay good, 'cause I'm always good.